Porifera is the first official phylum of the animal kingdom. It has level of organization cellular, body symmetry is asymmetric. We have also seen it is varying just by chance, sometimes it may be radial. Phylum Poriferans do not have a phylum, so it is acoelomate. Germ layers, there are no germ layers, because its cells that we'll see now, the choanoderm and the pinacoderm, it does not form from embryonic germ layer differentiation. Okay, so there are no germ layers. Body plan is cell aggregate. We have seen this in previous chapter. Segmentation, it is not segmented. Notochord, non-chordate. Okay, and its habit and habitat, so it is marine, though an exception is Spongilla, which is freshwater, but definitely all are aquatic. Okay, all right, and it is sessile, so it does not move. Okay, now other features. So we move to morphology, morphological and anatomical features. Okay, so the body wall of the poriferans, it has got the following layers. Body wall, it has number one, the pinacoderm, which is the dermal layer. Consists of pinacocytes. Okay, this is the simple elementary one which we have seen. The Ascon type. Osculum, pinacocyte, middle mesohyle, inner choanocyte, okay. This gap is the dermal ostia through which water enters. Okay, and this, as we have seen, is the spongocele. The ostia, that is the opening through which water enters, is through these porocytes. Okay, this is incurrent. Now, what is the root of water? In Ascon types. So outside water enters through ostia, enters into the spongocoel, goes out through the osculum and mixes with the outside water. Right? So how does water go? Through this route, and then it comes out through this route. So this is the route of water in Ascon types. What are the examples of Ascon types which poriferans have? So the examples are Leucosolania and the next type, which will be the Sycon type, their Olynthus stage. Let us move to the next type now, which is the Sycon type. The Sycon type. Here the body wall is convoluted. Okay, so this is the choanoderm inside. Choanoderm is flagellated. So this is evolutionarily more advanced . The Sycon type is evolutionarily more advanced compared to the Ascon type. This is the osculum. Okay, now in the cycon type, the body wall, I told you, is more convoluted, and it has two types of canals. Number one is the incurrent canal. And number two is the radial canal. Both are parallel to each other. And alternating with each other. Okay, so the incurrent canal its boundaries are lined by pinacocytes. Pinacocytes. And because pinacocytes are non-flagellated, so they are non-flagellated. On the other hand, the radial canal their boundaries are lined by choanocytes, and they are flagellated. Okay, so based on this, what do you see here? So this is a pinacocyte on the external. This is a choanocyte towards the interior, the gestral side. Where do we see the incurrent canal? So this one here, this canal is the incurrent canal. What do we see in the incurrent canal? Its boundary is lined by incurrent canal's boundary is lined by pinacocytes. So this is the pinacocyte, right? It is non-flagellated. And the radial canal, this is the radial canal. It is lined by choanocytes. So you see the choanocytes towards the inside, the flagellated choanocytes, right? So the incurrent canal and the radial canal, you see they are parallel to each other everywhere you see. So this is the incurrent canal, and then inside this is the radial canal. Again here, incurrent canal lined by pinacocytes and radial canal lined by choanocytes. They are parallel to each other, right? Okay. They are alternating with each other. So one, then the next, then another one, then the next. So the incurrent and the radial canal are parallel to each other, right? Next is the dermal ostia, through which water enters. So this region through which water enters from here. So this is the dermal ostia. This is the dermal ostia. You remember that in this Ascon type, the dermal ostia was the porocytes through which water was entering. But here, the dermal ostia is the gaps in the body wall through which water enters the incurrent canal. So this is the incurrent canal. Now to enter the incurrent canal, the water moves through this gap. This is called as dermal ostia. Okay. So the water is entering here. This is the water that is entering through the dermal ostia into the incurrent canal. But you see, just by entering the incurrent canal, the water cannot enter inside the osculum or the body cavity. So from there it goes to the radial canal. Okay, so this is the radial canal. It is entering the radial canal. Now this opening here in the body wall through which water from the incurrent canal enters the radial canal is called as prosopile. Okay, so what is prosopile? Prosopile are the gaps in body wall through which water from incurrent canal enters the radial canal. Okay, once water has entered the radial canal, then it moves through another opening and it enters the osculum. Okay, so this opening, this second opening through which water enters from the radial canal into the osculum, this is called as apopyle. Apopyle. What are apopiles? Apopiles are gaps in body wall through which water from radial canal enters the spongiocele. Enters the spongiocele. Okay, so if you just look at it, if you just define the route of the flow of water, so this is outside water, number one. Number two, at the dermal ostia, water enters into the incurrent canal, which is number three, and then from the incurrent canal, the water through the prosopile enters into the radial canal, and from the radial canal it enters through the apopyle into the osculum. Okay, dermal ostia, incurrent canal, prosopile, radial canal, apopyle and osculum. Right, so let us write down the route of water. the root of water. In cyclone type. Okay, outside water. Through dermal ostia. Enters the incurrent canal. From there, through the prosopile into the radial canal, from there to the apopyle, through which it enters the spongiocele. From there moves to the osculum, and from there it goes out, right? Through dermal ostia to incurrent canal, prosopile, radial canal, apopyle, spongiocele, osculum, outside water. So this is the root of water in cyclone type. What are the examples of cyclone type? Examples: cyclone, also called as skypha, grantia, euplectella, next water canal system is the Leucon type. Leucon type is evolutionarily the most advanced water canal system in poriferans. Here the spongiocele is very much reduced. Okay, so this is highly complex, and here Apart from the incurrent canal, radial canal, we also have the excurrent canal. Okay. So this is the osculum. Spongocele. Spongocele is reduced, right? Pinacocyte. Inside choanocyte, and of course, you know, we are not labeling it everywhere. Between the pinacocyte and the choanocyte is the mesohyl layer, right, in between. Okay, so this opening here, so first of all we have the dermal ostia here. After the dermal ostia, this is the incurrent canal. What was there in the cycon type? Water from the incurrent canal, where was it going to? To the radial canal. Through what? Through the prosopile. Okay, so here water is going to the radial canal. Now this round one is the radial canal, but if you see this, how is the water from the incurrent canal going to the radial canal? So there's an opening here. Okay, and this opening is the prosopile. Right? After the water has entered the radial canal, then the water leaves the radial canal through another opening here called as apopyle. But the difference is, if you remember, in the cycon type, the apopyle, you know, it was present at the opening of the radial canal, and from there water was entering into the spongocele. But here there is yet another canal. Okay, and that is the excurrent canal. And then after that water is entering the spongocele. Okay, so this is what is happening.